In case you missed it, the truth behind YNW Melly's bond release date was revealed. It's truly concerning as it was first announced. YNW Melly gets bond on 1 out of 6 of his total charges. He's been locked up for 2,295 days without a bond or a guilty charge, even despite a previous mistrial, as the paperwork would then be released inside of the courtroom showing off his $500,000 bond. It even resulted in Melly's mother speaking outside of the courtroom in high hopes.
We just still praying. I know I said I would I'll keep everybody updated with what's happening. I know right now we're waiting. So basically the judge is going to do, I guess, a written order. So we're just waiting, and that order can come any minute, or it could come tomorrow. I don't know. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting. So everybody just keep praying, keep having faith. Oh, Tessa, stop. I've been crying too. It's been a long time coming, you know.
His one bond would be accepted due to his bond package, as he would be seen walking into the courtroom for the judge to let him know.
Morning, this is on State of Florida versus Jamel Demons. Present is Mr. Demons. Mr. Demons, can you hear us?
As lawyers would end up writing, Melly's legal team proposed posting an unspecified bond that would be paid by his record label $300. If granted the bond, they assured the judge that Melly would be on house arrest and would wear an ankle monitor while hiring round-the-clock security to keep the tabs on him. It was so good that a rapper wrote, "That boy Melly's coming home, I feel it," as the judge would end up asking the prosecutors if they have a defense before they officially let Melly go. This is when they did something extremely disturbing. It revolves around Melly's ex-girlfriend Mariah Hamilton and YNW Bortlen. The prosecutors would submit paperwork to try Melly and Bortlen together for the next trial for one specific scary reason.
Issue here, and you can try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together. It just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once, and also you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking a penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. You're seeking the penalty on one, not the other, but that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found guilty.
Now, it's common sense. If YNW Bortlen knows that he didn't commit this crime, he won't physically be able to sit there and just take life in prison to the chin. This makes it very likely he'll then point the finger against YNW Melly. But the prosecutors are doing this for one specific reason, and it's due to what Melly's lawyers did during the original trial. What you don't know is Melly's lawyers, they already tried pinning the entire crime against Bortlen.
Those were his lies. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. You don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with two bodies, car riddled with bullets. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having a phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Cortland Henry.
As YNW Melly's own lawyer is revealing that it was YNW Bortlen that was lying to the feds, and that he was the one with powder residue on his hands, which is a result of using a firearm. As they even brought a forensic scientist that covered the passings to go into further detail about the powder residue.
So the right hand of Cortland Henry contained 0 particles characteristic of heart residue and two component particles. And the left hand contained 1 particle characteristic of heart residue and 1 2-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was heart residue present on the hands.
YNW Bortlen did not like this at all, and it's actually the one reason why he's been silent on all social medias since Melly's original trial. As when Melly's mistrial was granted, a report shared, YNW Bortlen tweets a mysterious message on the same day Melly's mistrial was declared. He would write, "Mind games don't work on people like me," alongside a handshake emoji as if he's accepting a deal, as it's very likely Bortlen's own lawyers told him to stay quiet until Melly's been officially sentenced, as the prosecutor's plan is to have both Mariah Hamilton and Bortlen turn against Melly. They recently just arrested Mariah Hamilton for skipping Melly's first trial.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demons' first trial in 2023.
Now, she was able to make a deal with the judge to have her released from jail. She would write on Facebook, "To my village, thank you to my village. I love you all so much. God's plan, not mine." Now, the judge told her, "If you agree to testify against Melly, you're free to go." She accepted it instantly. This is terrible news for YNW Melly, as they found disturbing evidence on Mariah's iCloud account relating to Melly forcing her to not testify. This is known as witness tampering. The scary part is, this carries a life sentence in prison regardless if Melly is found guilty of taking out Sack Chaser and Juvie.
The state filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
The witness tampering case is also separate from Melly's existing case, but due to him witness tampering on jail phones, the feds have also not allowed him to use a phone in jail for almost a year now. It got so bad that his mother even did an interview exposing the county jail for not allowing Melly to use a phone or even look at his own mail.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
But if the evidence is true that YNW Melly was using jail phones to commit witness tampering, this is why they haven't allowed him. As the scary part is, the feds definitely have the evidence to back the claims of witness tampering, as if they didn't and they held Melly off of the jail phones illegally, that would end up causing $1 million lawsuit. However, it'd be this moment where Melly's lawyers were able to defend him, telling the judge why he should be released from jail, which begins with his mother's interview explaining that he isn't being treated like a human inside of jail, which is illegal.
When you saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
As they would then bring up evidence from the original trial, proving to the feds that Melly wasn't actually there when the crime was going down. GPS evidence proves that YNW Melly hopped out of the Jeep they were driving in and was seen sprinting down a street, hiding into a bush.
That would be the part where he's saying that someone just shot the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, yeah. He's like, yeah, there's some. I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Sack and Juvie? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
Then to back up the claims of it being an actual drive-by, in the original trial it was confirmed there was never a firearm even found. Melly's lawyers would end up showing the new judge this evidence, which is huge.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what was used.
Okay.
As if it was a true drive-by, that would mean the guilty party drove away with the firearm, which is why there was never one found. The prosecutors would then go on to defend themselves and give reasons as to why he should stay in jail. You tell me in the comments what side has stronger evidence after hearing that the feds are starting out with evidence on Melly's phone. He sent a text message hours after the crime admitting to it.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
But also found on Melly's phone was a saved video from somebody's Facebook Live, showing Melly and Bortlen's reaction to the crime only 6 hours after it was committed.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! The dog still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
Showing not even an ounce of sadness for the passing of their two best friends, but a new interesting piece of evidence would then come through from a rogue O-Block member. He revealed that YNW Melly's motive to commit the crime was Melly not wanting to share finances with the other YNW members.
Did Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walter Bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
This was supposed to be a secret that Melly told King Vaughn. Sadly, Vaughn shared it with O-Block members before he passed away, as YNW is a registered business LLC. Melly and Bortlen performed concerts, sold merch, dropped music, all in exchange for money. That money was then funneled into the YNW business bank account, and Sackchaser and Juvie allegedly wanted a cut of the money, but they did zero work for it. But you may be asking how much money is even left from YNW Melly's music career. Well, it ended up going viral recently when it was announced YNW Melly's mom trends after she announces that she started a fans account while he stands trial. This took the internet by storm. Even DJ Academics had to say,
so YNW Melly's mom has announced that she's gonna be starting an old, and I gotta be honest with y'all, man, like, this is perplexing. The reason why it's perplexing is because I can't understand why she's doing this. Your son is fighting for his life. How much, you know, there's certain mothers in hip hop, and you probably could name a few, I won't name all of them, that I feel like their son became stars, but they also wanted to be stars as well. Blueface's mom is one of them. The situation between Melly's mom and Melly, I always thought was interesting, but I never thought she'd be doing this. If you're wondering if she's doing this for money, this can't be a money play. Like, no way, no how.
While DJ Academics claims that it's not about money, social media would disagree. A No Jumper interview from 2 years ago with Adam, B Slime, and Jamie King would show Adam telling Melly's mom that he imagines he has spent a lot of money on lawyers, with her sitting back and laughing while his brother B Slime called him out for dumb purchases.
I would assume
But it's still,
that he spent a lot of money on lawyers. Like an amount that would probably...
That kid spent a lot of money on a lot of things that shouldn't have been spent on.
Really? Like what else?
And cars, jewelry. And he's not even out to wear the jewelry. I'm like, why are you buying jewelry and you're not here to wear the jewelry?
No, definitely lawyers are probably the best thing you can spend.
That's
money
what
on.
bro. But
Yeah.
he's good with lawyers, bro. Like, money ain't an issue for lawyers. Like, he's fine, but it's just like, there was a lot of stuff that should have went to lawyers that he didn't spend on lawyers. And I'm like, bro. And now it's like, he don't even want the chain no more.